guys. I have welcomed 2026 in the way only you can. We're going to get this morning started off with a peppermint mocha hot coffee made here at home. And on New Year's Day, we always have cinnamon rolls and some kind of protein, which is eggs, bacon, and sausage, and some little tiny oranges. I make them fresh every year for Christmas, and I just keep a little back in the freezer for New Year's Day. Also, while it's still early, I'm going to get the fresh black eyed peas that we grew and combine with some from our local farmer and get that cooking in the crock pot with some water. And then I'm going to get going on cornbread. This recipe I'm using is from the Gluten-Free Bible. I've had this book, I believe it was going on 12, maybe 13 years. My husband has been gluten-free for so long. And so we are using a brand new flour. We actually met the owners who grow this heritage wheat. They have the crops from their great grandparents. And I totally love that idea. So my husband so far has not had a reaction. That's the bag right there I'm folding down. So we are going to continue to use it. It's only been about a month now, but he has not had a reaction to this type of wheat. But like I said, it's a heritage breed and it's the original grain from more than 100 years ago. So we're going to keep on trucking with it until he either has a reaction or something. But it has developed beautiful cinnamon rolls, and now we're going to turn it into beautiful cornbread. So my goal this year on the Pantry Challenge is to try my best to get as much food eaten that we normally eat. I created a grocery list / meal list, and I call it my common winter meals. These are the meals that we chow down when the weather drops. It's considered winter outside, and it's things that we eat all the time. And these meals, most of them are not eaten during the spring and summer. Outside of soups, because I have a whole category of soups, I also have dishes that are mostly meat and seafood. I have all the side dishes that you eat with your roasts and your baked casseroles and such. I also have some veggie dishes. And what else? Oh, and some meals that can be eaten throughout the year, but mostly in the winter time because they're so heavy. So I have my Louisiana-based meals, noodles meals, Asian-inspired meals or Asian meals because I learned how to cook in Japan, and also Mexican style or inspired meals. So I try my best to list these out so I can have a quick, easy checklist to go through when I'm sitting down Sunday evening planning out the week. Another big thing I planned on figuring out during this pantry challenge is what exactly comes from the grocery store and what exactly comes from the farmer or garden. That way I can stay consistent on what is coming in our household that we have complete control over. And I use the word complete probably too tightly. It's because we are all subjected to the weather and what grows and does well in our garden. However, like this fish, we do not catch this fish on our own. My husband and my son are still novice. My son is still a novice at fishing. So hopefully in the future we are able to get to the Atlantic and get all the fishing, or even local lakes, and get all the fish we need for the winter. But right now we get it from the grocery store, or we'll get it from Azure, including our salmon from the last Azure haul. And that is all that we are able to get in our household. Keeping up with what exactly we're consuming throughout the winter months allows for ordering from the farmer's market to be easier, or ordering directly from a farmer. We picked up a couple of meat baskets or meat boxes this fall, where it was 30 pounds of pork or 15 pounds of beef. It was not exactly a quarter of a cow, in how they would cut up a quarter, but it was close to a quarter in weight. And what that did was allow us to fill our freezer, but then get some better cuts, or at least the best cuts that we like to eat. Since I did a thorough sweep through the pantry, the freezers, the jars I canned up, everything, I know exactly what I have on the shelf, and I'm interested to see what happens if we do not eat these items. Of course, I wouldn't buy them again, but I'm also thinking, should we throw it away? Is this something that we just haven't gotten to? Are we buying this in the winter when we normally eat this and the summer? I'm going to figure all that out during this pantry challenge, because wasted money, wasted food is a horrible thing to do. Resources are so tight around the world. So here we are on a brand new day. I'm getting into more avocado toast. I picked it up this summer, and then now that we're back in the wintertime, I'm like, oh, I crave that avocado. A dinner the next day on New Year's is leftovers with some roasted pork that you see slide on the other plate. And we also got into some cereal. Yes, I make my own homemade cereal and throw in some Chex Mix. I try to make different flavors, and I'll share some of my favorite along the way. Some don't come out as well, but that was pretty tasty. I do a snack plate, especially on Saturdays and Sundays, of here's some meat, some cheese. That sausage was homemade by my aunt. She gives us one every Christmas. So here's one person's plate. And so I just keep refilling it as our snacky lunch for the day. Come along, guys, and see exactly what we're going to get into as this short week has come to an end for the pantry challenge, because we have some meals coming up like this one, shrimp and pesto pasta right off the bat. Talk to you soon. Take care. Bye bye.